What's up, Eggheads? Kenan here with Newegg Now, bringing you the best products for the best prices. Super excited to introduce to you the AOSTIRMOTOR S07-B Electric Bike today. As you can see, I've already got it assembled in front of me. It comes 90% pre-assembled in the box already, all parts carefully packaged and protected. In the box, you get the e-bike, battery charger, toolkit, and user manual. If you're in the market for an electric bike, you already know prices can go from $500 all the way up to $8,000. Pretty exorbitant prices out there. So why buy an electric bike anyway? With an e-bike, you get to combine the benefits of a traditional bicycle with the added benefits of easily climbing hills or fighting the wind. Those can make cycling quite a drag. If you have joint pain or asthma, an e-bike can allow you to experience the joy of cycling without being in pain. Get you back out there enjoying nature, either in solitude or with friends and family. The AOSTIRMOTOR S07-B is an awesome model on more of the budget end of the spectrum, yet still delivering many of the great perks that the expensive bikes deliver. Let's get into it. Okay, from the outside working in, the S07-B uses a strong and lightweight aluminum alloy frame suitable for users of height 5'4" up to 6'5" and up to about 300 pounds. It's equipped with a front light, a rear reflector, front and rear disc brakes, Shimano outer 7-speed derailleur. You get a switch for a shock absorber, all right, suitable for more complex terrain, keeping you comfy no matter where you are. Very good. Let's talk motor and battery. AOSTIRMOTOR gives you a 750 watt high-speed brushless motor and removable lithium battery right here. Strong driving force, long endurance. This battery is a 48 volt, 13 amp hour lithium battery. Can you guess what speed you can achieve with this motor and battery combo? Many e-bikes out there can't top 20 miles per hour. So the fact that this one can do 20 miles per hour is pretty good. Just kidding! You get a top speed of 25 miles per hour. Charge the battery in 4 to 6 hours and you're gonna get 30 to 43 miles of distance out of just one charge. The variance will depend, of course, on the amount of hills and your speed. But this is more than enough power for a regular daily commute, grocery run, or just enjoying a quick frolic around nature. And also, that's only if you're using e-bike mode, all right? You get 3 modes: e-bike, pedal assisted, and normal pedaled mode. You can obviously use it as a regular bike, so you can get far more distance out of the bike if you were going to conserve a little bit of power along the way, right? Maybe pedal yourself along level terrain and then use the e-bike mode just to climb hills. All right, one charge will last you a super long time that way. All right, so quick recap so far. Aluminum alloy frame, suitable for users 5'4" to 6'5", less than 300 pounds. Charge the removable battery in 4 to 6 hours. Get 30 to 43 miles out of one charge. Speeds up to 25 miles per hour. And 3 working modes: e-bike, pedal assisted, and normal pedaled mode. Let's check out these fat tires. All right, this is pretty insane. 26 by 4-inch fat tires, giving you incredible traction. You'll have absolutely no problem cruising over beach, snow, gravel, rain, dirt, sand, even ice. All right, suitable for all terrain. I don't care if you're in Alaska, Death Valley, Machu Picchu, riding in the snow, or on a beach. Your journey is only limited by your imagination, and it is not limited by these tires. Moving over to the display, you've got an SW LCD display. They even give you a USB port under the meter to charge your phone while you're traveling. Imagine that. If you've got headphones or Bluetooth headset on, you're riding along, streaming music, listening to an audiobook, or even on a conference call on the way to work, arrive at your destination, phone still fully charged. It's those little things in life, right? So nice. And that's pretty much everything I can impart about this bicycle without you riding it yourself. It's definitely a great long-term investment. Riding an e-bike can save a lot on transportation costs. It's good for the environment. It's great for your body, for your mental health. You can use the bike traditionally without power for a full workout, or use e-bike mode and pedal assist to get up those tough hills, work through strong winds, or if you struggle with joint pain or asthma. This could be a great gift for anyone who fits that description as well. Pro tip, when assembling, first attach the handlebars, flip the bike over, and install the tire, all right? That'll make the process very easy. You'll also want to loosen the bolts near the discs at the tires before attaching them. All right, so yeah, AOSTIRMOTOR has thought of a lot here. They give you a strong, durable frame, amazing tires, built for any terrain and weather conditions. You've got the lights, the brakes, the LCD with phone charging port. Really all that's left is just to get out there and have fun. Let us know what you think about this bike in the reviews and comments. For current pricing, please check the description or click that link below. The AOSTIRMOTOR S07-B Electric Bike. I'm Kenan with Newegg Now, and now you know. What's up, Newegg's? Kenan here with Newegg Now, always bringing you the best products for the sweetest prices. If you're in the market for an ATX mid-tower case, this might be the one for you. The darkFlash FENTON ATX mid-tower computer case. A lot of good stuff going on here. Let's work from the outside in, shall we? It looks powerful, makes a stark, stoic impression. This is going to be good for ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX builds. You've got 3 transparent glass panels to show off the light show going on inside. There are actually pre-installed RGB LED fans, more on that later. The thumb screws, all right, make it very easy to open the side panels and access your components. I love thumb screws. I'll say that in every video where we have thumb screws because they're just that amazing. Thank you, darkFlash. The top I/O panel includes a power button, reset button, 2 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, HD audio and mic, and a button to control the lights. Look at that. All right, you'll also notice a magnetic dust frame filter up top. Okay, good. Let's get a look at that. A magnetic frame dust filter up here. And let's open up the side panel and we'll check out what's going on the inside. All right, so I've removed all 3 of the glass panels, so now we can see what's going on the inside. The FENTON ATX mid-tower case is going to provide you with remarkable expansion power. I'll remind everyone this is for ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards. It'll support various cooling solutions. I'll talk about that in a second. We got room for 3 2.5-inch drive bays in front and 2 3.5-inch drive bays in the back. You've got 6 pre-installed DR12 RGB fans. You got 4 120mm RGB LED fans in the front and 2 120mm fans in the rear. This provides great cooling and a dynamic cyber gaming atmosphere. There's room for 2 120mm or 140mm fans on top. 3 120mm fans can fit on the bottom. You could have top water cooling up to 240 millimeters, front water cooling up to a height of 360 millimeters, or rear water cooling of 120 millimeters. You get a maximum VGA card length of 350 millimeters and a maximum CPU cooler height of 155 millimeters. All right, so check your specs, make sure it works. The machine is already on, so we have an idea of the light show that's going on here with the 6 pre-installed RGB fans. Very awesome. I'm going to use the included remote control to adjust the colors. All right, so let's check that out. Adjusting some colors, bam, bam, bam. All right, that's very cool. I can also use the button on the top I/O panel to adjust the color effects as well. So let me do that a few times. Just clicking the button. Okay, now behind the other side panel, I'm gonna turn this around. Let's see what we've got going on here. So behind the other side panel, there's a controller hub right here for up to 8 fans. Okay, so my remote controller is connecting to this hub, allowing me to make these adjustments conveniently through the power of RF. All right, so notice also on the inside, we've got a very neat internal design on the chassis, providing us with efficient cable management. That's so important. All right, look how nicely this is. So all the important stuff is clean up front. We've also got another magnetic dust filter on the bottom. Let's see if I can get that here. Another magnetic dust filter on the bottom. Okay, so all in all, you're gonna have a fantastic light show. You're keeping the dust out. Your cables are managed properly. It's checking all the boxes. Your rig is gonna look really, really good. Some people might be wondering about the decision to have fans arranged this way. We can talk briefly about PC airflow optimization. It's good to know how cooling works inside of a computer case. Essentially, you have two types of fans, intake and exhaust. Intake fans face the inside of the case. They draw air from the outside and blow it in. Intake. Exhaust fans draw air from the inside of the case and blow it out. Exhaust. While this is happening, your machine is going to work, it's chugging along, you're editing videos, you're poning noobs, and your computer parts are heating up. The heated air will rise, which is why the exhaust fans are placed at the top and at the rear. Right? They take this heated air and blow it out. Simultaneously, the intake fans at the front and the bottom, they blow cold air in. With different kinds or quantities of fans in different places, you create three types of airflow. You've got negative internal air pressure, positive internal air pressure, or slightly positive internal air pressure. Negative internal air pressure means more air is going out than in. If you only have one or two fans, I suggest you choose this type. Imagine if we only had the exhaust fans, all right? That would mean placing all your fans at the rear panel. While this is an effective way to cool your system, it might result in more dust being pulled into your case over time because air is being drawn in where there isn't a place to have a filter, all right? There's positive internal air pressure, meaning you have more air being blown into the case than out. This is good, but not if you take it to the extreme. All right, too much air being blown in might result in not enough airflow on the inside. Hot air might get trapped. The extreme would be like taking a leaf blower and just blowing it into your computer, which is why I'm sure it's obvious that what we want is slightly positive internal air pressure. Okay, we want slightly positive internal air pressure. If you have 3 or more fans, this is the optimal setup. It's going to keep everything cool and clean. Air will be drawn primarily from your intake fans, and it's easier to filter. More balanced airflow will mean enough air is also being exhausted, reducing the probability of hot, stagnant air causing the internal temperature to rise above desired levels. With this case, you see we've got 6 pre-installed fans. We've got 4 intake fans, and 2 exhaust fans. What does that mean, class? Yes, positive internal air pressure. With double the amount of fans in the front, we might be worried about too much air being blown in though, right? We just talked about that. Maybe not enough air is being blown out. You know, we do have the mesh panel at the top and the bottom. So the hard drive, VGA, and CPU, they're all heating air, making hot air rise to the top. All right, so the best optimization is placing an extra fan at the top panel. All right, so even though we have 6 fans here, the best way to optimize this case would be perhaps to add a fan at the top panel. But if you don't have an extra one, you can use one of the front fans instead. You could take the uppermost intake fan and put it right there on top. You'd have balanced airflow in to out. Of course, if you have larger or faster fans or even a radiator, your optimization will be different. Just remember, try to design a slightly positive internal air pressure environment. And that's pretty much it, Eggheads. DarkFlash has delivered a really sweet setup here. You're getting a lot of value for your money. You've got 3 transparent glass side panels, really flashy. You've got both USB 3.0 and 2.0 ports on the top, along with audio and a switch to control the lights. You've got 6 pre-installed 120mm RGB LED fans. You've got that remote controller. You've got that desired slightly positive air pressure environment. You've got dust filters, cable management. Basically, all we're waiting for is for you to slap your ATX motherboard in here and start gaming. Let us know what you think of the DarkFlash Phantom in the comments and reviews. For specific prices, please check the description or click that link below. The DarkFlash Phantom ATX Mid-Tower Computer Case. I'm Kenan with Newegg Now, and now you know.
Hi guys, Greg here for Newegg. As laptops get thinner and lighter, which is a good thing, we find that in order to save size and weight, their connectivity ports have started to become fewer and further between, which we might take as a sort of bad thing. However, the saving grace is an amazingly powerful connection type either called USB-C or Thunderbolt 3. By utilizing either of these two types of connector ports on a laptop, you can cover almost every input and output that you could possibly need, including two-way power. Now, to an old guy like me who grew up with a computer that had a plethora of ports all over, including parallel and serial ports that had super wide ribbon cables coming out all over the place and creating a big mess everywhere, this is just like a daydream. Imagine, come home, plunk your lovely little laptop down on your work desk, plug in only one very thin cable, and then voila! Absolutely all of your peripherals are connected now, including the power supply to the laptop. So what do you then need to pull off this feat of magic, aside from having one of these super ports on your laptop? Well, you just need this beautiful little Wavlink docking station. Then we have 2 USB Type-C ports for USB-C peripheral connectivity and 3 amp of 5-volt power. They're right over here. We then have, over here, we have a gigabit Ethernet port, and we have 2 audio out, mic in, and then 2 HDMI and 2 DisplayPort connections. What else could you possibly need? It's basically all there. As the Wavlink docking station is equipped with DisplayLink technology, you get super simple plug-and-play connectivity for a series of monitors, up to 2 4K displays or 1 5K. The HDMI ports and the display ports support 4K with resolutions up to 4096 by 2160 at 60 Hz. Or when using dual display ports simultaneously, the dock supports 1 5K monitor up to a resolution of 5120 by 2880 at 60 Hz. So whether you're working on a CAD project at home, cutting videos, or just playing some fun games, you're totally covered here. One of the coolest features is that if your laptop supports Type-C charging, this dock will then be able to charge your laptop with up to a 60-watt power requirement right through that one little USB cable you've plugged into the dock. So there's no need to hook up a power cable to the laptop anymore. The one power supply to the dock will handle everything, and aside from giving your laptop 60 watts of power, it also leaves another 40 watts of power for all downstream devices connected to the dock, because the dock's own power supply, which is here, provides the dock with a hefty 100 watts of power. Wow, that's pretty nice. As a little note, for those laptops that don't have a USB-C or Thunderbolt 3 connector, but do have a USB-A port, we got it right here, this one, okay? Don't worry, Wavlink has got you covered by including a USB-C to USB-A cable in the package. So you can still use this powerful dock for everything and the features related to transferring data, and you're only going to be missing the ability to charge your laptop via the dock's own power supply, and will just need to use your laptop's original charger. The dock supports, of course, both Windows and Mac systems, including Windows 10, 8, 7, and Mac iOS 10.15. We've noticed too that this lovely designed little box has very sticky silicone feet. So once you set it down on the table or your desk, it's going to be planted nicely and securely and not slide around all over the place, which is a great feature considering how many cables you just may have plugged into the dock. You definitely don't want it flying around all over the place. And there you have it, That's a wrap for me, Big G on Newegg, signing off.
Hi guys, I'm Tom with Newegg Now, and I'm going to introduce to you a phone charger with a twist that's going to make your gaming life so much easier. It's a wireless charging mousepad. That's right, it's both a highly functional mousepad, you can put your keyboard on it, you can use your mouse on it, but it also has room for you to charge your phone wirelessly, so it'll never be too far away as you play. And it is called the very smart Hamoery wireless charging mousepad. Alright, so open up the box and of course you'll get your instruction manual and the mouse pad itself. So let's take a little look at it. It is 31.5 inches long and 11.8 on the side and 0.2 inches thick. And actually seeing it on my desktop, I'd say it's the perfect fit because you also have plenty of room for your mouse maneuvers over here and over here for your phone or tablet, whatever you want to keep handy while you're gaming. So it supports both 5 watts or 10 watts wireless charging. Here's a bit of a caveat. If you want the 10 watt, then you'll need a quick charger, right? You can't just plug it in by USB to the computer. So at this price tag, you're probably very sensibly asking, what is the quality like? But that is actually where this mousepad excels, because you have this super fine fiber braided material, which means that your mouse movements can be they're both spacious, you've got a lot of room here, but they're also more accurate. And this is going to be at your desktop, so you're thinking about spills or stuff like that, but this is waterproof and stain resistant and very cleanable. Is that a word? Now it's a word, I guess. And this thing is built to last. It actually passed an 8 million use durability test. Alright, so how do we actually set this thing up? Well, it really couldn't be easier. You just plug in the USB cable and boom, we're good to go. We've lit up, as you can see. Now, what kind of lights can we have here? Well, there's actually 13 different modes. We have 7 static light modes, of course, static, it's gonna stay that color. We have red, blue, green, purple, cyan, yellow, and white. And we have 6 dynamic modes. We've got as well here, we've got like synchronized breathing, which I like. There's neon breathing. There's synchronized gradual change, right? These are fancy names. Neon gradual change, neon flash, neon gradual change plus red flash. And of course, if you have no soul inside, lights off. Like, why would you even do that? Who does that? And one more little thing is you can actually control the brightness. So here we are back, it's back on. We want to make this thing brighter. There we go. Just a little bit brighter. So that's how you can adjust the brightness. So I'd really recommend the Hamoery wireless charging mousepad to anyone who wants to make their life a bit easier, a bit simpler. You know, it's a mousepad, but also doubles as a charging device. That means you're playing your games, or you're working, or you should be working, but you're playing your games, and the whole time you know that your phone or your device is charging peacefully right there, and it is ready to use at a moment's notice. So if that sounds like something you're into, just click the link below. I'm Tom with Newegg Now, and I will see you next time. Hi guys, Tom here with Newegg Now. So if you are like me, you're always lugging around your portable hard drive because, you know, they can be a handy way for us to transport and access our documents, our videos, our files, or, you know, those random pictures of that 2016 New Year's party that you never can imagine having the urge to actually relive, but at the same time, you can't delete it because it reminds you of the impermanence and fleeting nature of existence. Well, if that sounds familiar, you might be wondering, well, but do I have to fork out a lot of my hard-earned cash for one of these things? Stick around and I'll show you how the ORICO 2.5-inch Type-C hard drive enclosure can save you hassle and money. And if you're sitting at home and you happen to have an extra 2.5-inch HDD or SDD lying about the place, you might want to pay extra close attention, my friend. We have our ORICO 2.5-inch hard drive enclosure and another cable here. We have a USB 3.1 Gen 2 C2C cable which supports speeds of up to 10 gigabytes a second, and we have a USB 3.1 C to A cable which supports speeds of up to 5 gigabytes a second. We've of course got our little user manual here and a service card which says thank you. That's very nice of them, and that's it. So guys, here is the magic of this little device. Well, this enclosure can give new life to your old HDD or SDD because it's super fast. It has super speed USB 3.1 generation 2, which means it has a maximum data transfer rate of, get this, 10 gigabytes a second, which is a whopping 20 times faster than what you get with a USB 2.0. But, you know, because the SATA 3.0 velocity can only reach up to 6 gigabytes a second anyway, this enclosure's theoretical cap is there. But that should be plenty fast enough for your older devices so you can transfer your data quickly and easily. So guys, here's one little trick that will speed things up. If your computer is Windows 8, Mac 8 or higher, it can support UASP protocol. Now, if you have that, you can transfer your files 20% faster than with the traditional USB 3.1. So that reduces the utilization of CPU, data delay, and waiting about time. So is there enough room on this thing? Well, it actually supports a maximum of 4 terabytes of capacity, which I'd say is plenty enough for whatever you have on your hard drive. So that's the performance, but what about the appearance? Well, the shell itself is made out of a transparent ABS fireproof material with a blue LED indicator, so you just have a little glance at it and you know whether or not it's running. It's also shockproof and anti-scratch, and in the case there's a little shock pad right here for a 9.5mm thickness hard drive. And so guys, if you have a couple of HDDs lying about and you want to change them a lot, don't worry, you don't even need tools. Just slide the cover off, get your HDD as so, slide it in, put the cover back on. Easy enough. Then all you have to do is pop in your cable and you're good to go. Well, I have to say that I was very impressed by this little enclosure, which is only actually 125 by 79 and 13 millimeters in its dimensions. And I have to say that thanks to its flexibility and its mobility, you can take your precious data wherever you want to go, and it couldn't be any easier. And if you'd like to find out any information, just click the link below. I'm Tom with Newegg Now, and I will see you next time. Hi guys, this is Tom for Newegg Now. So, you know when you're playing COD or any first-person shooter, in the heat of battle, life and death can literally come down to milliseconds. That is why it is super important to have a mouse that is both precise and light when you're moving it about. So if you care about games as much as I do, which is probably a little bit too much, you might notice that when you're playing, your hands even get a little bit sweaty, we've all been there, when you're really in the zone. So having a mouse that is also breathable as well is important too. And if that sounds like something that you're looking for, then I really suggest the 1STPLAYER M6 RGB Gaming Mouse, which is specially designed for first-person shooter games or anyone who just needs a lightweight mouse really, which is kind of anyone. So let's crack this open and we'll see what's inside. Alright guys, so we are in. We have our user guide and the mouse itself. Let's talk about the weight. It is super light. I mean, it honestly feels a bit like I'm holding an egg. It's 65 grams and it feels it super light. They've managed to achieve this by, if you see around here, they have a honeycomb perforated shell. That's like this structure of all the holes in it, which makes it not only lightweight, but because it allows air to get in there, it keeps your hand cool as well. We also have our 1.5 meter weave USB cable, which is ultralight and soft, allowing you to just move about quite freely. So you might be wondering, with the price of this mouse, how can it actually be any good? But this is the thing, with recent developments in science and technology, you know, in mices? I don't know, both of those are wrong. Mice are getting lighter and more affordable, so you really can pick up something this light and it won't cost you too much. Moving on now to the sensor. So the M6 uses a PIXART PMW3325 optical sensor, which can be adjusted between 7 levels, reaching up to a 10,000 dpi. So if you're a fellow mouse enthusiast out there, you already know that PMW3325 is a high performance sensor, and it's a great feature, especially at this price. And 7 levels of DPI give you more choices for gaming and general use. What about those buttons though? Well, every button uses high quality micro switches, which are really durable. They actually give you 20 million click life expectancy. Of course, whether it's the DPI adjustment I just mentioned, or any of the other 6 buttons, they can all be macro programmed via the Drive software, which you can download from the website. But I can't to mention that lighting. I mean, you really cannot go wrong with the RGB backlight. The mouse offers a fantastic 16.8 million full color LED effects. So this is the way I think of it. Even if you're, like me, not the best gamer, you're playing a game and you're doing it so badly, you're like, who am I? Am I just terrible as a person? You can look down at this fantastic mouse that you have and think, well, at least I have a cool looking mouse with fancy lights. So there is that. So the mouse also has these little features which definitely deserve their own individual shoutouts, such as the PTFE mouse feet you can see here. Now they just allow the mouse to move more smoothly. Also worth a mention is the mouse's ergonomic design. You can just hold it really comfortably, so that makes a big difference because you're probably going to be using this for long sessions. What about setting it up though? Well, if you have a Windows or a Mac, you are in luck because you just have a plug-and-play system, so easy enough. But you might be thinking, those holes, they look kind of pretty, but what if I spill some juice on it? What if I get some water on it? Am I going to have to say goodbye to my beloved M6 forever? Well, worry not. It actually has a special coating sprayed on the PCBA, which protects the M6 from any accidental spills and dust. Full disclosure though, if the encoder or the switches get water on them, that might not work out so well for you though. I've tried this 65-gram bad boy for a couple of hours, and my regular mouse, I hate to say it, it feels pretty slow. So if you're out there, you might not actually know you need it, but once you try it, you might not want to go back because it makes that much of a difference to your gaming or your work or whatever it is. It just makes things just that little bit more smooth. So if you want to learn more about the 1STPLAYER M6 RGB Gaming Mouse, please click the link below. And you know what, if you've already tried this and you have a review of your own, we'd love to hear about how it went for you. Well, I'm Tom for Newegg Now, and I'll see you next time.